Hello, Paul Pluta on the Paul Pluta channel. Remember, like, subscribe, and tell your friends. I also do gigs on the Archie Luxury program. So my two programs, the Paul Pluta channel, mainly for watch reviews, and the Archie Luxury channel, or wristwatch comedy, or my in-depth type of articles. So that's my two channels. And today I'm doing a paid review. And this here, here we go. Here we go. Now, the first question I've got here, let's have a look here. I'm just racing into my questions. It's about Panerai. Panerai. Yes. And I got to tell you, you know, I really hated Panerai because they were very much, you know, Richmond. Every version was a limited edition, and you know, the type of people who were the Paneristes, that's the Panerai fans, were so anal about them, and I really hated them. But now that they've softened, I quite like the Panerai. And I've got an email in here from Anthony, and he goes, "Hey, hello Archie, my name's Tony. I've been looking to add a Panerai to my collection for some time. I currently own a Rolex Milgauss, Omega Seamaster chronograph, a Breitling Super Avenger 2. I was looking at this Panerai at a local shop they had used, and they told me it was 3600. I'm not super up on the models they have. One person told me it looks like a woman's case size, another told me it's fake because of the Cyclops. Here's some pics, Tony." Well done, Tony. Thank you for coming to the Archie Luxury channel. Now, Panerai. What do I think? Now, to be honest with you, Panerai is a brand you need to be really, really careful with. The unfortunate thing with Panerai is that they are so faked, because you got to remember, Panerai, for many, many years, they used to sell for a huge premium. They were like the Rolex Daytona, except in a dive watch. Super, super hot, and Panerai could do no wrong. Now, the unfortunate side of that is that a lot of Panerais used generic type movements, generic ETA type movement. And guess what? Yes. There are fake Panerais with genuine ETA movements, but they're fake Panerais. So it's a very, very tricky situation that they have there. Now, my honest view is on Panerai, you really should be buying it from a Panerai, a dealer who sells vintage watches, who knows a bit about Panerai. Now, this sounds like, the way you've worded this email, it sounds like they may not know much about Panerai. Now, what I would say is, on any other brand, if you get box and papers, yes and no. You know, it's always good to have, but it's not huge. Like, I recently bought a Breguet Type 20, and no box and papers. No box and papers. But with a Panerai, the honest opinion is there, you've really got to get box papers, everything, even the original sales receipt, because they are faked. They have got some really high-end fakes with them. And you've got to be really careful. So my advice to you, you really should be buying it from a reputable watch dealer. It doesn't sound like these people, you're looking at a local shop. Was this a local watch dealer, or was it just a local you know, second-hand pawn shop type of operation? My honest view is, if you want to buy Panerai, which I quite understand, jump onto Chrono24, chrono24.com, and have a look at the models. The models I really like are the PAM 111 and the PAM 112. And I think the best Panerais, in my opinion, the simple Panerais. Manual wind, you know, no date complication, just a very, very simple classic Panerai. I think that's the best. Stay away from GMT, chronographs. That's not the Panerai genre. The Panerai genre is a simple Italian dive watch. So I would really say to you, you've got to pick a good dealer, good used dealer. It's very crucial because there are so many super good fakes. Now, to tell you how serious these fakes are, my good mate Clyde, he wanted a Panerai, and he got one from a in his line of work, and when he investigated it, it looked good enough. I mean, it was, you know, the movement was done. When he went to the forums, they said the screws were wrong. It was just so hard to pin it down. So my honest opinion is with Panerai, yes, I think they're a good buy. They are very soft on the resale market at the moment. Now, let's just clarify that. When I say they're soft, if you want to buy one, prices aren't really that. They haven't fallen huge. They still want big money. But if you went to a dealer and tried to sell one, they don't really want to take it. They don't want to buy it outright. They'd prefer to take it on consignment. And that's because the Panerai market has softened very, very badly in the last couple of years there. So if you're going to get a Panerai, you've got to really get it from a good watch dealer, and you're going to have to get box papers and even a receipt with it, the original sales receipt, to trace where is this an honest good watch. The last thing you want to do at 3,600 is just buy something, dive in, which, you know, normally on something like a Breguet isn't a big problem, but on a Panerai it's a huge problem. So you've got to be so damn careful with your coin. You really have to be careful, because you can make a Panerai mistake, and that's not what you want to do at that sort of money. So I would greatly recommend for you to really do your homework. The Panerai forums are pretty good. There's many Panerai forums around there. The Paneiristes, a lot of them, you know, I think the PAM 111, simple Panerai, PAM 112, they're classic. Panerai also, got to be honest with you there, the white face Panerais, it seems to be terminal. They're not really wanted. Black face, you must, if you're going to buy a Panerai, you must get a white face Panerai. Now, I love my white face Explorer 2. I love the Polar. But in Panerai, for some reason, the white faces are not wanted. So you really got to do your homework. And I think a classic model like a PAM 111, that's a gorgeous thing. You'd have to get it in a black face. You'd get it box papers, possibly even a receipt. That's what you don't mind paying. You don't want to get the cheapest Panerai and find out it's not right. You want to get a good, most importantly is to get a really nice Panerai. So I would tend to say to you, stay away from white dial. That is, I love white dials, but in Panerai it's kind of terminal. Have a good look around. There's many good models. I'd jump on Chrono 24 and see what you like. I think the classic 111 and the Panerai PAM 111 and the PAM 112, that's where I'd be looking at. I think they're nice entry-level Panerais. Black dial, must be black dial. Don't even consider it with a white dial. Terminal. I don't know why. I almost bought one myself. I almost bought a white dial with no papers and the wrong box, and I'm happy I didn't, because it's not so much that I wanted to resell it, but you want to be able to turn this thing over eventually. So there you go. That's my advice on Panerai, and I hope that helps. I'm Archibald Chesterfield III. Tell me what you guys think of that. If you've got any Panerai buying advice, put it in below.